Pope Francis is making big changes this morning to the Vatican's bureaucracy. He's creating a special economics ministry in the wake of a banking scandal that will handle all business and personal decisions.
Over the weekend, Pope Emeritus Benedict joined Pope Francis to welcome 19 new cardinals. It was the first official Vatican event to feature two popes. The Archbishop of New York, Cardinal Timothy Dolan, attended the ceremony at St. Peter's Basilica. He's with us now from Rome. Cardinal, good morning.
Charlie, Gail, and Nora, good morning. I hope I'm making you jealous being here in Bella Roma.
Yes, you are.
You are.
So tell us what's the significance of these two popes together at this moment?
Well, I can tell you, first of all, Charlie, the personal significance for me, and I think I speak for my brother cardinals in the College of Cardinals, it was extraordinarily moving. We didn't know he was coming. So there we are, and he makes this very humble, shy, discreet entrance on the side. The people nearby were erupting in applause, and we were like little kids. All of a sudden, we just ran up to him to greet him. We hadn't seen him. Remember the events of a year ago, so we hadn't seen him since then. We found him a little more fragile, a little more bent, but as sparkling and as alive as ever, and it was just very moving to see him.
Well, I know that you are there for the Cardinal Consistory, where these new cardinals have been put in place. And it was interesting to hear the Pope's homily, where he said, "May all of us avoid and help others to avoid habits and ways of acting typical of a court, intrigue, gossip, cliques, favoritism, and preferences." Why do you think he said that?
Well, because we need to hear it. I think human beings in general need to hear it. I need to hear it. And I think the College of Cardinals needs to hear it. Anybody that knows church history knows that at its best, the College of Cardinals has been a great sign of service and even spilling one's blood in defense of the gospel. But at its worst, it's been a location of gossip and intrigue and secrecy. And this is not good. And Pope Francis is right on target. He's honest. He's prophetic. He's a good spiritual director. He's our Father. He's calling out what's best in us, and we need to hear it.
And how was the message received? Because I don't think most people think of cardinals as gossiping.
Oh, my goodness.
We're human beings. We're human beings. And I'm afraid we got all the flaws that any human being does. Nora can tell you that because she's had a meal with me. So she knows some of my flaws. But no, we're very susceptible to it.
You know what's interesting to me is that former Pope Benedict took off his cap, which is white, but he took it off out of a respect for the Pope. Correct?
Yes, you're right, Charlie. You were wise to notice that. This is our zucchetto.
Right.
We take it off to people who are above us. So we take it off when we pray because we're addressing the Lord. And we take it off, we cardinals, when we meet the Holy Father. And it was very moving to see Pope Benedict, that act of humility and allegiance. It reminded us of what he said, remember a year ago when he met with the College of Cardinals for the last time, and he said, "One of you is going to be the new Pope, and I look forward to giving my love, loyalty, and allegiance to the new Pope." He's done that from the beginning, but it was very dramatic when he did it Saturday at the consistory.
Cardinal, you and I have spoken about this, indeed, that Pope Francis has changed many things. But what about those critics who say it's merely just tone? What specifically is changing in the Catholic Church?
We have talked about that, and remember, we've observed that Pope Francis is a loyal Catholic. He calls himself a loyal son of the Church. He knows the substance, the essence of the Church, he can't change. We receive that. That's settled. That's given. He can change the style and the tone, and many people will tell you that's where the church needs the change. It's not what we say so often that puts people off, it's how we say it. It's a sense of negativity and judgmentalism and exclusion. So Pope Francis is a champion in speaking the truth with love. So it really is the style, the method, the tone. And we need a refreshing change, and he's given it to us.
But clearly there is some push, and has been in the church, in terms of certain, I don't know whether to say doctrine or not, I'm not a Catholic, but the notion of divorce and lots of other issues that are important to people who are Catholic. Let me ask you this question. In terms of what this Pope has brought to Catholicism, where is the pushback coming from? Where is the resistance?
You mean, Charlie, to potential change?
Yes. In other words, for all
I
of the
don't know if
opening and the
there's-
transparency and all that he's accomplished, is anyone in the church saying, wait a minute, this is just too far, too much, too fast?
Some are, and the Pope's very open. He says, I need to hear that. So he's a very, he's a man of deep peace and serenity. He says, speak the truth. If you don't think we need changes in style and method, if you don't think we should look at a better and more effective way of teaching, let me know. Speak up. And there are some that do. But in general, Charlie, if you talk about the limits, those come from within, because even like I said, the Pope knows that there's certain things he can't change. He can't change the 10 Commandments. He can't change the 8 Beatitudes. He can't change the gospel. He can't change what councils has given us. He knows that. So there's sort of a freeing pushback, a liberating pushback, in that the what we call the deposit of faith is itself a limit for us. It's like it would be like the goals or the baselines in baseball games. You can't go beyond those.
And Cardinal,
if you're going to play the game, and he knows that.
And Cardinal, just quickly, did you get the chance to extend an invitation to Pope Francis to New York?
That's what I was wondering, yeah.
I told him, and he was non-committal. And then he said, I hear you got too much snow there anyway.
Well, we would shovel for him.
Yeah.
We would remove the snow for him to come to CBS. That would be great. Good to see you.
You'd be the first to know, all right? Thanks. Good being with you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Cardinal Timothy Dolan. Safe travels.